Hawks.
Yes.
What would you like to... I loved this morning on breakfast.
I mean, the Hawks, we came upon this, and I happened to see it last night on ITV News, and I thought this is the sort of story that people get really involved with, because everybody has got an animal sort of fetish of one kind or another. You know, they like animals.
That's the right word.
We like animals in this country, generally speaking. I remember when I used to work at the Daily Mirror, you'd always get far more money raised if you were doing an animal sort of appeal than you were if you were doing appeal about kids. I mean, people in this country love animals, right?
Yeah, more than kids.
But this hawk is in a little village just outside of Luton, and it's attacking everyone. It's only men, mind you, at the moment. Doesn't seem to want to attack women. No. Nobody knows where it came from. No. It appears to have a sort of a tether, which is called a terry or something, attached to its its foot. It's a jerry or something like that.
Or a wogan.
Yeah, it's something to do with if you're a captured hawk, a bird of prey.
Right.
When they do these,
So it could be an escaped.
So
hawk.
it could be an escaped hawk, but the Whipsnade Zoo nearby says not one of theirs, right? So nobody knows where it came from. Sits on top of a lamppost and basically dive bombs everybody.
And this is brilliant. And I'll show it now. And please, if you're just listening on the radio, when you get home, try and just go on YouTube, because this was an ITV report. They sent a man out, didn't they?
They sent. Well, the residents are so concerned about it that they said, "You won't believe this, but they always attack us whenever we walk out." And so the crew said, "All right, well, why don't you walk out and see what happens?" Right?
Have a watch, ladies and gentlemen. This is the hawk, and be careful of your life in Luton.
With attacks reportedly on the rise, what began as a rather amusing tale of harassment by a hawk isn't so funny for villagers anymore. We were filming with Jim Hewitt as he made his way to the shop this morning. Before there was a chance to warn him, the hawk swooped. It is one of the most serious incidents to date. Jim gave us permission to show the damage done to his head because he believes the bird has to go by any means necessary.
I really shouldn't laugh at Jim, who's bald and covered in blood, but really,
it's unbelievable. It's
and now you've got I love the fact that you describe it as a true British story, because when all the bird lovers are going, we need to protect it, other people are going, murder it, it's maiming us.
And the local council, it's a place called Flamstead in Hertfordshire. The local council have said, you know, that they're not going to euthanise the bird.
No.
So apparently the bird will continue to wreak havoc and attack people. I've got a story from about a week ago where it attacked a runner. 45-year-old David Robinson, who was exercising. He said he was attacked out of the blue. This bird suddenly just came down.
And it only attacks. It only attacks men. So it's an angry bird.
It's an angry bird.
Or maybe it's a bird that's been mistreated.
Or maybe it's been trained. To attack men.
What about my theory that I said on Plank, that this could in fact be a drone sent by Russia or even China?
Well, I think it looks like a real bird to me. I mean, I'm no expert, but it looks like...
Well, you are actually an expert on birds, to be honest.
It's got proper feathers and everything, and a beak.
The feathered variety.
And it's got big claws, which is what it cuts people with.
So what are they supposed to do with this, then?
Well, apparently they're going to hire a falconer. You've got to be careful how you say that.
Is that like the man with the big hand?
The man with the big hand, yeah. And they're going to get
like Kev O'Sullivan.
Yeah. So I guess if you put some meat on your hand or something, it might come down and maybe you can then capture it.
And breakfast is in itself an extraordinary journey every day. If you haven't listened to Morning Glory, it then morphed into, when have you been attacked by a bird? And you must repeat the story of you in Lyme Regis, where I spent the first 18 years of my life.
Well, I've told this story before. I was sitting on Lyme Regis Beach with the mother of my children, and they were playing in the surf, for whatever you want to call it, paddling away.
I like the way
they
you did
quite
that.
Small.
Yeah.
And we had some fish and chips, and I'm sitting there quite happy. It's a day a bit like today. It was sunny but not too warm. And suddenly this thing clunked into my head. I thought somebody had literally kicked me in the head. It was that hard. It felt like somebody had punched me really hard or kicked me. And I kind of shook myself and looked, and my glasses had fallen off, and I could see this gull kind of just out the corner of my eye. And I thought, he's after the fish and chips, obviously. And I went and looked for the fish and chips.
And that would have really upset you, because you were hungry.
I was hungry.
Yeah.
No, the bird then flew off, right? And I thought, well, he doesn't seem to have taken the fish and chips. You know, everybody's okay. Everything's all right. Felt to see if I was bleeding. No, I was fine. Took my glasses. My sunglasses had disappeared. So literally mugged.
And Lyme Regis is famous because the gulls go for everybody's sandwiches. So
they do.
You can do it if you want. We like to be very, very transparent here. We've got no production team. We just spike off Mike, to be perfectly honest. But have you ever been attacked by an angry bird?
We had a guy. We also asked people for you know, things that have attacked you, and a guy rang in. Things.
Animals or birds, anything.
This guy grew up in Kenya, right?
Did he?
And his dad used to have an old Morris Minor.
In Kenya?
In Kenya. He must have been in the British service or something like that, you know. And they were in a safari park, and they started to get chased by a rhinoceros. I'm not joking. I'm very sorry. You know, how do we get from, you know, Luton
So forget tariffs, forget the French and the NHS. We will replicate breakfast. Have you ever been attacked by an angry bird?
Yeah.
I don't mean in a divorce court or any animal. Has it attacked you?
Right, this rhinoceros apparently ran at the car.
Did it?
So he said, me and my sister were in the back of the seat, you know, looking back out the back window, saying to their dad, you know, floor it. The rhinoceros is catching up with us.
03. Do you know why this is even more funny? Peter Carble is through the glass, looking really intense. We've got some political news.
Serious
and we're
news.
sat here talking about being attacked by a rhinoceros. 0344 499 1000. Before I let you go, because the Clan Graham are going to make you feel
I'm about to meet them.
He's got a big family gathering.
Yeah.
End of cigar lounges is the latest from the Labour Party.
Yeah.
Apparently, they could soon be shut down. MPs are calling for cigar lounges to be closed, cigarette filters to be banned, and a polluter pays levy to be imposed on the tobacco industry. We make the point, we always make the point, it's individual choice, we wouldn't advocate it. But where are we going to end up, Mikey? The state's going to tell me what to wear?
I know, ridiculous. You know where you can still smoke a cigarette?
Where?
On the terrace of the House of Commons.
Can you?
So I wonder whether they'll be outlawing that.
You can have a cigarette on the terrace of the House of Commons, but they want to ban it everywhere else.
Exactly.
Hypocrites.
Of course they are.
We wish you a very good evening.
Thank you.
I think it could be an Alan Brazil moment. Will you make breakfast tomorrow with
I will.
Clan,
well, I've told them
clan?
we've got an early dinner for about 5:30, so I'll be home by 9 o'clock, so I should be fine.
And thank you as ever for your support. He's back tomorrow. The amazing Mike Graham. And don't forget Plank on Friday, 7 o'clock. 03